But I don't think parents are feeling the benefits. And I don't think we're getting the benefits we need to from children either.
What impact is there of the households who are not working, not getting the extra 15 hours in terms of childcare?
Well, I think there's an immense impact there, and I would like that to be available for all parents.
But what do you think the impact is?
I think it means that the parents can't plan to be able to either take up work or extend their hours. So you've got parents who are benefiting from those 15 hours of childcare, but if you like, stuck at that point and not able to extend beyond that. So childcare, I think, needs to be as fluid as possible. I would like it to be universal for all parents to rely on and to plan, but it needs at least to be able to be flexible and fit in with parents' lives.
Okay. Yeah, that's that.
James, did you have any more on this?
Thanks, Chair.
No. Emma.
Thank you. One of the things I'm really concerned about is the rising number of informal exclusions that are happening in schools, and the increasing number of some schools' behaviour policies, which I think actually ignore the rights of a child. And I'm just going to read you an extract from one behaviour policy, which says, little baby voices that no one can hear waste everyone's time. We need confident professional projection. If you have your hands over your mouth, your head down, eyes averted, you're mumbling and you're just too quiet, you come across lacking in confidence, immature and not even that bright. Now that's a school's behaviour policy. And as you know, the Article 28 on Rights of a Child says state parties should take all appropriate measures to ensure school discipline is administered in a manner consistent with the child's human dignity and conformity with the present convention. And I'd like to know your opinion on I mean, that's an extreme example, but I could provide more of schools that are having these behaviour policies that seem to completely run roughshod over rights of children.
I agree. And part of the purpose of circulating the briefing paper that you've got this week is really highlighting the number of children that are being excluded from school and also the profile of those children. We know that half are children with special educational needs and many haven't been excluded but nonetheless are ending up in alternative provision. And often it's about behaviour, and clearly those kind of policies don't have regard to children's own needs within that. It's been something which I've been inundated with conversations from local authorities about. They have been telling me on a very regular basis for at least the last 6 months that they can see a rising number of children who are being either excluded from schools, are off-rolled from schools, encouraged to move from schools. That means that the numbers of children who are going to alternative provision is growing. The numbers of children who are going into home education is growing. When I did a very informal straw poll at a recent Children and Families conference for local authorities and asked the audience what their experience was, about 30 hands went up and said that the number of children who were now being home educated had doubled over the last 4 years, and some said it had trebled too. Now, those are significant numbers. In the paper you've got today, we estimate about 50,000 children are being home educated, and probably only about 20 or 25% of those now are the philosophical parents, families who do this for philosophical reasons. So often it's because the child is seen to not get on with the school, or the school not get on with the child, and as you say, encourage families to look at another approach. Now, for me, the fundamental rights of children to a good education is something which is paramount with this. So the briefing paper we've given you this week is a starting point. I'm going to be looking at alternative provision and also home education over coming months.
Just for the record, Children's Commissioner, when I put my inverted commas over when you said